What's going on, people? Welcome back to United View and welcome to the preview for the game that we have to just survive, according to Ruben Amorim. It's Man United against Arsenal, which means that Don Robbie has had to come through UVHQ.
Is that what you said? You just have to survive?
He's been talking some crazy stuff in the presser. I ain't gonna lie. He said we have to survive on Sunday during the Arsenal game. We have to feed the players. They need sleep, and we need to survive Sunday and be ready for Thursday. So he's basically saying that, boy, allow this Arsenal game, man. We don't really need that right now. But in the bigger context, I'll be honest, our squad is obviously not playing well and all of the things what you know why Man United 15th. Don't need to go into all of that again. But on top of that, we're missing some players as well. And it's just made it really difficult.
We're missing players also.
Yeah, but but the thing is with what the players you got missing, obviously at the top end of the pitch, that's what stopped you fighting for top honours. But in terms of playing against shit teams like ours, like, you still got a wicked defence, still got a wicked midfield, and at the top end of the pitch.
But the top end has been our problems, and we've been missing players. But the one thing I have to say, the other night, I remember doing a video the other day on my channel. I was like, let's just stop now. We know what happened in January. Similar to your January, we had a bad January. We had a shocking January. We didn't sign anybody. It was quite obvious to every Arsenal fan that we needed to get reinforcements in the forward areas because of the injuries to Jesus, Saka, Havertz, like all of them, apart from Saka, and even that's a doubt, literally out for the whole season, right?
Martinelli will be back.
But Martinelli's still out. Martinelli ain't going to be back until the end of this month. So we were just like, this is crazy. Why? They opted not to bring no one in. We've been moaning about it big time, and you've seen the problems we've had.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't have that ability to change a tight game because we only have an off-form Raheem Sterling on the bench. But the one thing I started saying is I want to see these players now. It's gone now. It's done. We'll deal with it again in the summer. These players, step up. Trossard. Not even Wanyeri because he has stepped up.
Man, 17.
But Trossard, Mourinho, Odegaard, all these guys, you've got to step up. It's an emergency. You've been called upon.
Yeah.
You've got to step up. And to be fair to them, they have. You know what I mean? And that last game, I think that changed the whole dynamic.
Yeah, because if you would have struggled in that now, it would have been
It's changed the whole dynamic.
3 games in a row, we can't score, we can't do nothing. 7!
Yeah, it's changed the whole dynamic.
7!
Changed the whole dynamics of this game on Sunday, right? Because if we hadn't have won by 7 goals to 1, even if it was 2-1, I think we'd be thinking in a similar way. We'd be like, hey, do you know what? That game, we're not going to win the league because Liverpool are too far ahead. So that game on, Wednesday night, second leg against PSV, that is more important than this United game. So maybe let's rest a player here, maybe leave out this player, leave that one. But because we've won 7-1, that game now, I mean, come on, we'd have to be absolute meltdown to lose that.
Not going to happen, impossible.
So now, all of a sudden, you can say, well, actually, the strongest team to put out should be for this Man United game. Let's keep the momentum going in the league. Let's finish the league strongly. And if, say, there was a craziness that went on, we're in a position to capitalise on it, right?
Ain't happening,
right, I know it ain't happening. And also, as an Arsenal fan, I'm looking on it and like, let's go there and be ruthless against Man United. We may never catch United like this again.
That's what I'm fearing.
So let's go there. If you can put 7 past PSV, right, who beat Juventus in the last round of the, over 2 legs.
Well, you can put 7 past.
Let's try and, I'm not saying 7.
Wait.
I'm not saying 7.
You want to try and give man 7, yeah?
No, I'm not saying, well, I would like Arsenal to give it. So I remember the 8-2, and the 6-1. I want to see Arsenal go there and be ruthless. I'm not saying we're going to get that, man, because the reality of it is, right, these games still end up being tight.
Yeah.
I remember last year, last year we were playing better than we are now.
You had your full team, and we thought that was the end. I was like, we're going to lose 6-0.
Yeah, and I thought...
1-0, we went, right, we did all right.
Yeah, 1-0. It was a 1-0 game. It weren't, even the game when we played you at the Emirates, I know we had a couple of injuries in that game, but I was thinking in the FA Cup, there's a chance there to... We didn't beat
the games have been close. Under Amorim,
I think you guys, you step up in these big games.
Yeah, we do. Right. So I take your point. We do step up in these games at times in terms of the level of performance. Players can give a bit more of a decent account of themselves because a bit of the pride kicks in, bigger game.
Yeah.
And playing against better opposition, actually, with our system, allows us a little bit more to sit off, stay in the game.
Yeah, you're not under pressure to
we've got a back
attack,
five, soak up a little bit, then nick one, and that's all right. It's probably worse that it's at Old Trafford, if I'm honest. That's, to us, the home advantage thing, it doesn't mean anything this year. All I can do is go off of the licks we've received at Old Trafford this year, you know. I've seen Bournemouth come and rinse us. I've seen Forest, Fulham, Brighton, you know what I mean? Many teams, Liverpool, Spurs, you name it. Most teams will come and give us licks at Old Trafford. Or if not even licks, even if they've ended up losing, it's been close. Southampton, Leicester, Rangers. These man all, you know what I mean, push us right to Ipswich.
Yeah,
so there's not really been anyone we've dusted. That Newcastle come there, give us tree. You know what I mean? Everyone's come and mash us up, apart from we beat Everton 4-0, but even the first half an hour of that, they were on top. So we don't win games comfortably at Old Trafford and don't win many games at Old Trafford. But for me, the thing that worries me about this fixture, is a few things. The first thing is what you just said there. You're now, that context of the feeling amongst Arsenal that we can't score, this is just rubbish. See, we've struggled against Leicester, but we got lucky. We struggled against Forest 0-0, and we lost against West Ham. Like, see, then we drew against PSV. I was thinking it might be that. I'm thinking PSV is tough, boy, yeah. But now, like you said, that tie's done. That tie's dead, and you're beaming of confidence. Let's go, Man United. And then for our point of view now,
it's the reverse,
because
you've got the biggest game for you guys is Thursday night, second leg against Sociedad.
I don't know if you saw the game against Sociedad. Exactly.
I watched the game, yeah.
We played well.
Yeah.
We should have scored more. We couldn't, because we can't score goals this year. But we get one, then I'm like, go for the second. It looked like we was probably going to get a second. And the Bruno handball just done us. It sucked all the life out of us. And then the 120 minutes against Fulham starts to kick in. They're tired, and you saw our bench. We have no options. So that is, and he's been asked, Ruben Amorim, I was joking at the start of the preview, but he did say that. He said, we got to survive against Arsenal. He understands it's a big game, but it's like we have to survive against Arsenal. It's really tough. I'm not expecting really, I don't know if anyone will be back for then, because Maguire's out, Ugate's out. So all we've got is what we've got. And what we've got as well, on top of that, you're looking at Rasmus Højlund, who can't do anything. He's just struggling for confidence and just not good enough to be at this level. He's going to be against Saliba and Gabriel. Chido's back in contention because obviously he couldn't play in Europa League.
Yeah, he'll probably play.
But
interesting.
Yeah, but you can't. We cannot be starting him against Gabriel and Saliba. The sentiment, nah, don't do that. He'll probably have to come on. That's fine. But even that, it's going to be poor kid, man. He's going to get gobbled up. You know what I mean? Although I'd love for him to, you know what I mean, score. But you know, there's that. There's KG ringing me now. He is a disgrace. There's who else? There's Xerxes and Garnacho, and then other than that, that's it. That's it. We ain't got no options.
Yeah, listen, you haven't got the options. We ain't got no options. You know what I mean, we just got. I think that's my one fear in this game, right? Is that our only option off the bench is Sterling. He's so badly off form. He's so low on confidence, and I want him to snap out of this as well, because it's for him as a big-time player to snap out of this. But if it's not going right in the 90 minutes, this is what Arsenal's problem's been. We don't have nothing to change it, and that's the big problem. The game against PSV the other night, don't get me wrong, they were brilliant. From the minute that whistle went, they were on PSG, right? And they swarmed all over them. And once they got a couple of early goals, PSG had to come out, and we absolutely destroyed them. I think United are going to sit deep, like you said. And that's where we struggled against teams that have just said, you know, let's just take a draw, right? So we could struggle against a really well-organised team.
That's what we have to do.
Yeah, I think so that's why it may not be what people think is going to be a high-scoring game. It may not be that. I think what Arsenal need to do, though, is try and, same attitude like the other night, come out fast, try and get that early goal or two. That then, all of a sudden, the atmosphere within the stadium, I know you've got protests before the game. You know what I mean? That's when they can really take advantage of the situation. But it's Man United Arsenal. It's always a big game, you know what I mean? But I want to see, if things are as bad, and say we do manage to get an early, I want to see Arsenal be ruthless. Because United have been ruthless against us over the years. And we may never get to play a United that's struggling as much as this again, you know what I mean? So And like you said, you know what I mean? For me, I want to see Mikel Arteta goes with the strongest possible team. You can rest guys on Wednesday. Can rest them up because we then got Chelsea next weekend and that until the Sunday. And we got no excuses because, you know, where your manager's saying your players might be tired.
Yeah, yours definitely ain't.
That was a pretty easy game for us the other night, right? We were just bopping the ball around for like the last half hour of it. And on top of that, we've had an extra 2 days rest. Our game was on Tuesday, your game was on Thursday. So we should be fresh, we should be ready for this game. And I want to see the same team that played that game start this game. I want to see, you know, like players like Ethan Wanyeri. You know, I think he could. This kid. And
that's another thing. See him. I'm worried about him as well because
he's good, man.
He's very, very good. Been very impressed with what he's done this season at such a young age. And you see the breakthrough last season at only 15, away at Brentford. You know, and look where he is now. Dorgu's is suspended. He could play in Europe. Obviously, he's got suspended against the team. So he's got 2 more games in that. So who'll be up? So now we've got to go back to put Dalot back on that side. And Dalot's been horrendous.
And I'm telling you, like this kid, he can go inside, he can go outside.
He's a problem.
If you don't double him up, he's a problem.
Dalot's, so on that left side for us will be Dalot, left wing back, and I'm assuming Mazraoui. Sorry, no.
Because could he go with Garnacho?
Wait there. I need Harry Maguire to be back. Because if he's not, Lindelof's going to have to start this. That's what I was going to say. Sorry, before I forget. The way the manager was talking, I feel like, because he said we have to be careful with managing the load of the player because I can't risk maybe some who are even at risk of injury. I've got to hold them back, but we haven't got many players to do it. I think we could see like a Lindelof start as well, which would be bad.
Aiden Heaven maybe might get.
Or Aiden Heaven. I don't know, really put him in against Arsenal, but I think we might see a shock or something where we go, oh, why? Because when I think about it, there's no Dorgu. So Mazraoui and Dalot must be wing-backs in this game, have to be. So the only 3 centre-halves there are to choose from.
He was
playing over there, yeah.
And he was getting cooked.
Yeah, he was, yeah. So the only 3 centre-halves, if Harry Maguire's not there, that only leaves Yoro, De Ligt and Lindelof. Sorry, and Heaven. But Heaven's young, he hasn't really been... So, but I'd rather than Lindelof, I'd rather just play the kid. Just give him a chance. Just give him a chance.
Wait, I'll tell you that.
We can get... This could be... Nah, man.
I don't want this game, man.
As I said, I think the one thing, as I keep saying, every time United have had these type of games, just stepped up. Like, remember against Liverpool, everyone thought you guys are going to get...
Yeah, we find a way weirdly sometimes.
7-0 and stuff like that, it worked that, right? You know what I mean? Against Man City, it wasn't that, you know? The only thing I would say, you ain't got like an Ahmad.
No.
You know, I think with Arsenal, keep Bruno quiet.
Yeah, Bruno's been delivering. And you know what? And Xerxes been improving.
Can be a little bit of a hand.
Yeah.
Not really scoring goals, but he can be a bit... You can't say that our guy's not giving everything for the shirt when I've seen it.
Yeah, no, he is.
Right, so,
and Garnacho, it's just his decision making. And if he's on the bench... Because he usually puts him on the bench because that's something off the.
I'm glad that these guys are the guys that used to step up against us in these games.
Oh, man, Rashford was there against you in the league, man. He didn't do nothing. Come off the bench, he did do nothing. Lost 2-0. Gave the ball away for the corner that led to the goal.
You've got to be on the front foot, and as soon as that game starts, I want to see Arsenal play like Arsenal was playing against PSV the other night, on the front foot, dominating the game, and really like just. I loved the tempo the other night against PSV because make no mistake, right. That place before the game was absolutely jumping off, man. Like there was a carnival in it.
It ain't gonna be like that, Old Trafford.
And they were so up for it, and they were so confident as well. Like when I was chatting to their fans before the game, they're like, "Yeah, do you see what we did to Juventus? You lot." And at the end of the game, they were in shock. That was a great performance. You don't get those every week, obviously. Everything clicked. My one worry, as I said, is if United are really, really deep. And it's not working, we ain't got nothing to change it. That's the big issue.
That is what we have to. We have to try and frustrate you.
The game that was the horror show was West Ham.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah,
turn up, and that was unforgivable. But the game against Forest, we did turn.
You're probing. You're on the front foot.
They had so
just defend.
The ball. We just couldn't break them down, and then we don't have with all the injuries and stuff like that, we don't have the options off the bench to bring on and change a game like that. The other interesting thing for me is going to be set pieces because I know that United, have struggled on set pieces.
Exactly.
We haven't actually scored from a set piece recently, but it's a weapon, and I think the midfield is going to be key. I mean, Declan Rice the other night was brilliant. So was Odegaard. they got to keep that going.
It's got too much. I just don't see how. And we're going to have to play Casemiro as well, because unless he puts Collier in there, I don't know. But it'll be Bruno next to one of those two.
But in the last few games, I noticed Xerxes almost like playing like a midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing as a 10. He's playing as a right 10 and he drops in, getting the ball and that. Bruno's playing a bit deeper, go collect it off the back three. But trust me, it'll be Bruno next to someone and then 2 10s in front of that and Rasmus up there just doing this to think.
That's risky.
That'll be Rasmus. What's their name? Saliba and thing. Gabriel. Easy.
That's risky to play two in midfield, right? When I noticed like Nuno at Nottingham Forest, when they asked him after the game against Arsenal, they said, "Well, why did you?"
Yeah, because they ain't got a striker, mate.
He said, "Nah." He goes, "We put 5 in midfield because he goes, we know they ain't got a striker, so we just pack that midfield, let's cut out the balls going to the wide."
And also someone like Havertz as well, who will work tirelessly, like he works hard.
You have to. If you do 2 in midfield against like Rice, Odegaard, Partey, nah, all you get there.
But he's going to say, listen, we went to the Emirates and the FA Cup and did all right with that thing. Then the red card changed the thing, and then the first half, I know you won by 2 headers in the league one, but we did all right.
Well. We appear to have had some technical difficulties, and the last minute of that video will never be seen from or heard from ever again because it's gone forever. Well, not all of it, just the audio bit, but whatever. This isn't the real last minute, but this is a tribute to the last minute of this video. It went a little something like this.
I'm going to go for 3-1 because don't blame the referee, don't blame the injuries. It won't be an easy game, but we're going to battle you. Vengeance for the HU. Believe. Africa.
I just don't see it, man. I'm going to say 2-1. You know, with all the injuries and everything, I just can't put in my brain, unless Bruno has some kind of masterclass or, you know, Chidi just, I just can't see it, man. I just can't see it. And that is exactly what happened in that 1 minute that we're missing forever. So, yeah, Flex is predicting 2-1 to Arsenal. Robbie's predicting 3-1 to Arsenal. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Road trip, match view, content from the get. There's going to be loads of stuff. Be there or be square.